the same thing it's printing over there, and the type is string, right? So this is what string are, right? Now we can say string are arrays. Now what does that means? So array is a contiguous data type, right? Contiguous data types that comes into sequence, right? Now I'll write a comment: strings are arrays. Okay, let's see an example for that. Why this string are arrays, right? Now I'll be taking a variable called x, and I'll be writing over here hello world. Okay, hello world, right? I'll be writing hello world here, right? Now we can, so in a string we can access each elements, right? So x is a string and that has a value of hello world. Now there are few operations that we can perform with the strings very easily. What are they? So if we want to print just the o, okay, if I want to print just o, what I'll be doing is I'll be writing print. So to access any indexes or the positions of any element in the list string, what we do, we write x, we give a square bracket, and we write down the positions. Now what positions we how we'll be writing? So in every data types, that might be a string, list, tuples, dictionary, and everything. In everything, the indexing starts from 0. Now what are indexing? So indexing is a position number, like h is at 0th position, okay? So that is that position, the holding position is known as indexing, right? Index. So for all the index of this hello world, we are starting, for everything will be starting from 0. So H is at 0th position, E is at 0th position, 1th position, first position, second, third, fourth, like this goes on. So if we want to print O, how we'll print? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we give here 4, and like if we run this, execute this, I can see O has been printed, right? Now done, this one is completed. Now what if I want to print? Okay, so this is what indexing and printing is, right? Let's suppose I want to print w. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just go from here. Okay, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll count the space also, that is 5, and this is 6. So if I remove here 4 and I'll write 6, my capital W will be printed. Okay? Now the thing comes, what if I want to print from L to R? Means I want to print this much. How can we do that? That we can do using colon. Okay, now what are colons? So that is a colon here, like if we want to print from like this L to R, we can do it using slicing, and slicing is done using colon. So slicing has a specific syntax. What are they? What is that? Is same thing. I'll be writing print. Okay, I'll be writing print, and I'll be again giving my variable's name, and I'll be using a square bracket. And now the thing comes, right? Now I'll be giving us colon, right? And the left hand side of the colon will be my start point, from where I need to start, right? Okay, so from where I need to start, 0, 1, 2. I need to start from 2, right? And where I want to go for, like I want to go for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to go for 8, but so the right hand side of the colon will be the end point. So in Python, everything, so whenever we take the end point, we take it plus 1, right? If we want to go up to the 8th element, we'll be taking 8 plus 1 element, that is 9th element. I'll be writing here 9, and I'll be printing over here. So I can see I have got L to R, right? What I was desired to get, right? So this is how the slicing works. Now there are different types of methods in slicing. What are they? I'll be showing one by one. Now, what if I want to print? Okay, what if I want to print this whole thing? That means, like I want to print from this the whole hello world. Okay, for that I can write simply is at one like first position, right? So I'll be writing here one. Now up to where I want to go, I want to go up to end. So if we want to go to end, we can count and write like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to 11, I can write over here. If I write over here 11 over here, my from E to D will be printed. As you can see, E to D has printed, correct? But if we keep this empty, that will also work as the same. If we are keeping that empty, that means Python is taking it to the last. Python is assuming the endpoint is at the last, and it will print the same result, correct? And similarly with that thing too, like if we want to print from H to, let's say, suppose I want to print this hello, right? The whole thing. Like what? How can we print that? We'll be just writing like this statement. Okay. The starting point I'll be giving 0 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So O is at fourth position. So I'll be giving here +1, that is 5, and I will be printing that. Okay. So hello will be printed. And it's the same thing with that. Before this giving 0, if we keep it empty, Python will understand that it is taking from the starting point. The same thing will be printed. See, the same thing has been printed. If I run this, the same thing has been printed here, right? So this is what like slicing are. Now, so as we have declared it as an array, so of course we can loop into that. We can have loops into that, right? So what we can do is, I'll be writing again one thing. That means, okay, let's say I want to loop into, like I want to print every elements in a string. Okay, for that I'll be writing for x in banana, right? Let's say banana, right? Okay, and I'll give a colon here, and I'll be printing x. All BANANA. Everything will be printed in a smooth way. That means we can iterate over a string. Don't bother about this for syntax and like what is this. We have seen this space what is called, but don't bother about this statements. When we'll be covering the loop section, we'll be going in depth about it, right? So this is done now. Let's see some string methods. Okay, some string methods. Okay, let's see some string methods. So Python has in some inbuilt methods. That was Python, like it makes Python syntax and as well as writing codes very easy. Now let's see some uppercase. Okay, uppercase example. So I have one thing, a is equals to, again the same thing I'll be taking, hello world. Okay, hello world, right? I'll be keeping it H capital. Okay, now what if I want to make this complete wala thing into what if I want to make it in uppercase? Okay, very simple thing. I have to use this method from Python, right? What I have to use, a dot upper. Okay, a dot upper. This is what I need to do, and when I run this, everything has been converted into capital letters, correct? Similarly with the lowercase 2. Okay, lowercase 2. Suppose the same thing, if I'll be using this same example again, and if I will write train a dot lower. Okay, the same thing for upper case, we have to use upper method, and for the lower case we have to use the lower method, right? If we run this, we'll get two outputs. So now this time, this the complete thing has been completed into converted into all the small letters, right? So this is what the lower case is. Now what if we want to replace any what if we want to replace any items? Okay, what if we want to replace any items, that the, like, let's see, replace. Okay, now to replace any items, there is a particular syntax to that. So again, I'm writing print again, print. After that, a dot, okay, replace, will be using this method replace. Now here there comes two things, right? The first one, the first parameter will be the thing that I want to return or that I want to exchange, right? Or I want to replace it. Suppose I want to replace my edge with, I want to replace my edge with, let's say A. Okay, no, it will not sound good. Okay, but let's see. Let's replace this edge with A. Okay, I'll write simply over here A, right? And I will print this again. Now, and the third here you can see edge has been replaced by A, right? So this is what a replace method is. Now, what are the other methods? Okay, what are the other methods? Let's check. Yeah, len function. Okay, now what if I want to know how much length this hello world has, how much letters or the characters this hello world has? I'll be simply writing print, okay, len, okay, sorry, len. I'll be writing here 8, so we can see the length of the 11. So 11 characters are present in this whole, this thing, including this space, right? So this is what, like the methods of, you can say this is what our methods of strings are, right? One more is there, just a minute. So there are a lot of methods, right? So in Python, for every data type there are a lot of methods, but we will be seeing the most used ones, okay? And for the other data types, what you can do is you can just go with the web and you can write string, okay, string data type, okay, and the string data type methods in Python, right? If you write this, go to this section, and you can see so many data types are there, so many methods are there, right? So you can just go and check it one by one. So this many methods are present there, right? But we will be seeing the most used one and the most common ones, right? Now let's check one thing, that is split. Okay, so what I have to do is print, print a dot split, okay, a dot split. And from where to split, like what should be there here, I'll be writing just this. Now if I run this, I can see I have got it in a list, and this is being done as like this, right? So this is a split method. Now we are done with the string part. So we are done with our numbers, we are done with our strings. Now let's check the Boolean values. Okay, so what are Boolean values? So Boolean values are, oh sorry, Boolean type. Boolean types are true or false. Okay, so true or false, these are Boolean data types, right? True and false are Boolean data types. Now what if, like let's see an example for the same. Okay, simple example, what I have to do, nothing I have to do, print 10 is equals to 5. So what it will do, so this double is equals to will check either the left hand side is equals to right hand side or not. Okay, so it will check that. Now if I run this, I'll get a false value. Why? Because it is not similar, it is not like equal. But if I change it over here as a 10, and when I run this, it will print me a true value because it is similar, right? So this is what, these things are there, these Boolean values are there, and true is always denoted by this, okay, capital T R E. So this is what the keyword for true is, right? And the false is again F is false, right? And right here, see, so true and false will be printed. Okay, so this is how we can define my Boolean values, correct? Now what if I want to use bool and false? What will be my output? It will return as an false only, right? So this was all about how we are like getting interacted with the different data types. So we have seen this in so we have seen we have will be coming into everyone's. Okay, so we have seen string, we have seen integer, we have seen float, and we have seen this boolean. Okay, so after that tomorrow we'll be going ahead with the different data types. So in the next we'll be seeing different types data types, that is maybe will be no, before going to that, the other data types will be seeing the operators and the conditional statements. After that we'll be shifting towards, I'll be moving towards the list, tuples, dictionary sheds, right? So this was all about today's class. So let me end my sharing. Okay. So I hope, like, if you have any doubts, you can post up in the chats, or else we'll wrap it up. And we'll be seeing in the next class. We'll be seeing the operator section in the next class, and we'll be going ahead with that operators and conditional statements. So I cannot see any message. Okay, right. So bye bye, guys. Take care. Be safe. We'll meet again.